Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Maggie. Today I have a rolling Project 10-ish pan update for you. So I am pretty actually excited with the progress I've made. I was thinking about a week ago, this is going to be a pretty boring update, but I actually have, some good progress to share with you, and I was able to reach my goals on, I think, 4 items this month. So let's go ahead and dive in. If you've not seen one of these from me before, I do like to start with the products that have been in the oldest, work our way through. So I have one item that is still in since I put it in January, and that is an eyeshadow from my Anastasia Sultry palette. So I am working on finishing up the shade Pearl, which is the shimmery champagne shade there. I do have quite a bit of pan in here. I'm really pleased with it. So this past month I was able to focus across the bottom and really kind of clear this area up. So my goal is going to be for the next month to start working up here so that I just have the top left. I typically use this as an inner corner highlight for every single eye look. So I'm using it daily, but I think this past month once or twice I used it just like as a lid shadow, and that definitely, uses more product. So I might do that a couple of times too, but even just using it daily in my inner corner works just fine for me. So this one is still going strong. Probably will take me the whole year to finish it up, but that's okay with me. This is my oldest palette, so I'm just trying to make sure I'm using it, and that's a great shade. So, no problems, not like upset about it by any means. All right, the next oldest product is from April, and this is the ColourPop Fresh and Peachy Blush. So it's a matte blush, really, really pretty. I really have enjoyed using it for the springtime. I had the goal of using it 30 times, and I did finally hit that goal in July. First month it was in, I used it 9 times, then I got up to 22, and now I finally hit that 30 use mark. So I am happy about that, and we'll be rolling it out this time. But it is nice to kind of rotate through my blushes. That's kind of something that's on my mind, of making sure I don't have to hit pan on everything, but just getting use out of all of them, So I felt like the springtime, April, May, June, July was perfect for me to have this one in. So very happy, but that one is going to be rolling out. It is from May, and one of my goals this year is to hit pan in all of the like cream, bone, white, beige type shades in my collection that I use to set my eyeshadow primer. So I had been working on one full expose, which is from my ColourPop Bare Necessities palette, and it is this cream shade right here. So I have hit pan on it, obviously. I actually only had to use it one more time after last month's update to hit pan, which is so frustrating, but that's kind of how it rolls. So I did hit pan on that basically one day after last month's update, and then moved on to a different one, which we'll talk about in a little bit here. So I am happy with that. I'm getting my pan percentage up, which is really fun, and I report that in my eyeshadow roulette series, where I roll in 4 shadows to use every month, and then I just re-roll every month. I don't do like the panless eyeshadows, but I do track my pan percentage, so it's fun to have another pan in there. All right, I have a few other products from May. So the next one is my NYX setting spray. So this is the Bear With Me Prime Set and Refresh spray. I actually have put in some of the Milani spray in here because I just had a little bit left, so I think there might be a little bit in there, but this is where I'm at. So I am at this mark here. Obviously I started here, this was my last update, and this is where I'm at now. Just making pretty steady progress. I use this to set my makeup like all over my face, but I also use a spray of this on a brush if I want to foil an eyeshadow, or I'll put like one spray of this on the back of my hand and wet my brush to do eyeliner with an eyeshadow. So I'm using it in a couple of different ways, but yeah, this is just the only setting spray I have, so it kind of makes sense for me to have it in here, and just really trying to see how long it will take me to finish it up really, and then I'll just purchase a different spray. It's not my favorite setting spray, it's okay, but nothing like crazy or to write home about. Another product from May I have is an eyeshadow. I have it in a little Z palette here. This is a single from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and this is the shade Pink Champagne. My goal is to hit pan on this. So this is where I'm at. I have a pretty good dip going on in there. I'm not sure if you can really tell, but I love this shade. It is what I have on my eyes today. I've been wearing it I don't know, like every couple of times I do my makeup. It's a really beautiful, I'll give you a swatch, like pinky brown shimmer. It works with everything. I can use, you know, like brown crease shades. I can use rosy crease shades. I can use really any color and it just works. So I really love this shade and I'd love to hit pan on it. Let me look at my note here. I have used it, let's see, at my first update, I used it 10 times. Now I'm at 22, so I've used it 12 times this past month and I still don't have pan. So we'll see. I don't know. It's pretty firmly pressed. I actually, when I ordered this, it was shattered, so I had to repress it immediately, and I guess I pressed it really hard. But yeah, I'm like really having to dig in there. So I don't know when I'll hit pan, but I really like the shade, so I don't mind having it in. And just every couple of days I use it, like I said, and it makes for a really beautiful eye look with, you know, whatever I want to do. Another item I have going on is a highlighter. So this is a Super Shock highlighter from ColourPop. This is the shade Lunch Money, and I have the goal to use this 30 times. So this is what it looks like. I do use a small stipple brush from e.l.f. to apply this to my cheeks. I just prefer the look of it. When I use my finger, it's kind of too bold for me. Like it's too much highlight. So I have used this, I'm up to 26 uses. The first time I used it 15 times. This time I've used it 11 times since my last update. So I only have 4 more uses to hit my goal, which is totally fine by me. I think this will be easy to reach. And then I will work on some other highlighter, kind of like my blushes. I just want to make sure that all of my, you know, highlighters and blushes and stuff have use in them. So it's a really pretty kind of like white gold shade. I really like it. I do have it on my cheeks today, but that's a swatch of it above the Anastasia shadow too. And the last item from May is a lip liner. So I'm working on the NYX Natural Lip Liner. It is a pencil that you sharpen. I am tracking this on a piece of paper, which I can show you in a second. But this is the color. It's just a perfect nude, everyday type of shade. And this is where I am at. Let me fold that over. So I'm at this red marking here. I think it should be easy to keep using this every day. I typically line my lips with it, and then it's such a like My Lips But Better type shade that I can really use any kind of lip color or product over it. It doesn't interfere, which is really nice. I'm only applying it once a day though. I'm not like reapplying my lip liner, so I'm really only getting 1 use a day, but that's still better than, you know, nothing. I've had this lip liner in my collection for a few years now, so I'm trying to finish it up before the end of the year because I don't want it to expire, and I don't know. I just am trying to implement that if I have certain things in my collection for too long, like either use it or lose it type thing. So I'm opting to try to use it. So yeah, that's my goal, to finish it up before the end of the year. All right, so let's talk about the products that I put into my update last month in June. So the first one is a bronzer. So I am working out of this Hourglass Quad from the 2020 holiday season. And this is the bronzer I'm working on. My goal is to hit pan. I have been using it every day. It's the only bronzer, you know, I've been using and wearing. So I have used it, let's see here, 27 times so far, which is great, which is exciting, and I have a long way to go. I totally recognize that, but this shade of bronzer is working out really well. I like the kind of sparkle with it, and it has like a warmth to it, which is, you know, right here. So I really like it for the summertime. I'm pleased with how it's looking on my skin. I can build it up, I can keep it sheer. It just offers a lot of variety. So I'm really enjoying that one, and I think it'll be in for a few more months, definitely. I can tell that it's kind of flattening out, but these are domed baked products, so I've got a long way to dig in there. So we'll see. I might have to change my brush up at some point too to get more product on it, but for now I'm doing okay. All right, I also put in a lip gloss last time. So this is the I Heart Revolution. This was the Aristocats like collection, and this is the Berlioz gloss, and I am calling this done. So I did remove the stopper. This is where I'm at. I did remove the stopper this week, and honestly I regret doing it. It's just so sticky and messy. I mean, I was able to get more product out of it. I mean, not going to deny that, but it's just getting to the point where it's too messy that I don't want to deal with it. I'm going to consider this done. I've used like almost everything out of there. It was this light pink color at the bottom, but really it just looked like a clear gloss. It didn't really transfer that pink shade onto the lips. So yeah, I'm gonna call this done. I'm really pleased with it. There wasn't a lot of product in here, so it was pretty fast to get through, but I'm happy with it. It worked really well. I kept it at my desk and just kind of reapplied throughout the day. So I'm gonna call that one done. And one more lip gloss out of my collection, which is great. I love lip gloss, but I want them to be fresh and like something that I'm using, you know, within a reasonable time frame. I put in another lip product last month, and that is a red lipstick. So this is the ColourPop Lippy Stick in the shade Trust Me, and it's a true red. You guys have probably seen me wear this in a few videos. So that's the shade right there. It's a beautiful formula. I find it very comfortable to wear. I wore it over the 4th of July, which was really fun and festive. My goal is to use it 15 times, so I'm just kind of getting regular use out of it. I've used it 4 times since I've rolled it in, which is honestly more than I thought. I thought I was only gonna wear it like 3 times, so that's great. I think for the next month, I would like to try to wear it 3 times just to make sure that I'm having like a consistent effort. But yeah, I'm not really in a rush. This is the only red, like true red lipstick I own. So I'm happy to, you know, like kind of play it out. But I think 15 uses is going to be a little bit of a challenge because I don't wear a red every day, but I'm really enjoying it. And this one, you know, 4 times, that's not bad. I can get on board with that. And I think that if I can do 3 to 4 times each month, that should get me, you know, into fall, and then I'll be in the mood for like berries and other things, so that might work out pretty well. And then the last item I put in last month was another like kind of cream bone eyeshadow. I hit pan on that full expose right away, so I knew I was going to need another one to work on. So I also pulled another one from my Bare Necessities. You might have seen the pan earlier, but I did hit pan in Tease Me. So I actually hit pan on both of these since my last update, which is really exciting. The Tease Me shade is a little bit dark, so I was kind of saving it for the summertime. And if I shared it out, it worked pretty well. I mean, it wasn't that bad. It does have a little bit of like glitter in it. Like it's like a matte with glitter. And so if you tap off your brush, you don't really get a lot of glitter on your actual eyelid, which is fine by me. But I think because of the glitter formula, like having it in there, it made it just a little bit less finely milled. Like it was a lot easier for me to get through the product and down to the pan than it was for the other ones. It only took me, hold on, I wrote this down. It only took me 16 uses to hit pan, whereas for full expose, it took me 27 uses, so 10 or 11 uses left. So 11 uses less than, you know, the traditional like matte. So that's just, I mean, kind of a fun fact or something to note. But yeah, I did hit pan on that, which means that I actually have hit pan on all of the cream type shades in my collection. So now I need to start circling back around and finishing them up. So that brings me to the products I'm going to be rolling in. And the first one is one that I've had in before, but I'm going to try to finish up this eyeshadow. This is from my e.l.f. Bite Size Quad in Cream and Sugar. And I'm going to be working on the first shade in here, which obviously I have pan on. And this is a really shallow pan. So there's not a lot of depth there. I mean, it's like a decent size with the rectangle, but there is really not that much to it. So I think this is going to be like a quick, easy win. I think it'll take me probably like 2 months. So I'm going to try to work on this. I used it today actually for the first time, and I'm just going to use this as my everyday setting shade and brow highlight and all that, you know, how I typically use it. And we'll see how far I can get in a month. I don't expect to finish it in a month, but maybe 2 months. But maybe I'll surprise myself. We'll see. So this is the first one I'm going to be rolling in for July. And I'm going to be rolling in another shade from my Bare Necessities palette here. This one is a liner shade for me. So I'm going to be rolling in the shade called Stiletto, which is down here. And it is one of those like matte glitter formulas. Hopefully you can see I have a good dip going in there. There's a little bit hard pan that's shining back. That's not quite actual pan, but this is the shade I'm going to be using as my liner shade. So what I do is I use a spray of the setting spray to get my brush wet, and then I just kind of dig in there and I use it as a liner. And I've been doing that for a couple years and I love it. So I'm going to roll this one in just because I think I'm pretty close to hitting pan. Like I think I can hit pan by the next update. which would be really fun and exciting. And then I think what I want to do is the same thing, is just kind of roll through the different like liner shades and try to hit pan in all of them. It's just kind of like a fun thing to tick off and a go-to category to bring into these project pans. So that'll be the first one, is Stiletto from in here. And I might just pop that out to put it in like my little Z palette if I don't want to have this whole, you know, palette out. So that's going to be rolling in. And then the last item I'm going to roll in is the blush for my Hourglass Quad. So this is the Mood Flush blush, and it's a pretty kind of like red sunburn color, and that's why I kind of saved it for the summertime. I did put it on today, but I think my cheeks have like eaten it all up. I probably could have reapplied, but this is a beautiful shade. I really like the formula of the Hourglass blushes. I just find them really easy to blend. So it's on top of the bronzer, so it kind of has like a bronze burnt look to it. I just really, really like it. I think it's a fun shade for the season. I think it's appropriate. So my goal is going to be to use it 30 times, just like my previous ColourPop blush, 30 times, and then I'll probably pick a different one to roll in. But yeah, I think it'll be nice to have the bronzer and the blush in here, and it's kind of like a one-stop shop. And yeah, we'll see where I can get in 30 uses. I don't think we'll have like really like a lot of progress that we can see and look at, but I will be keeping track in my counter app on my phone of how many times I used it. So that is going to be it for my project pan update. I completed or reached my goal on 4 items this month, and I rolled in 3 new items. So I'm feeling really good. I'm feeling excited for the next month. That's kind of the thing about project pans, is especially the rolling style ones where you get new items to focus on, and it's kind of just always something new and fun. So I really have been enjoying this project. I would love to know how your project pans are going if you're doing one. Let me know where I can check them out, because I love seeing progress and pan porn and all that good stuff. So thank you guys so much for hanging out today. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys in my next one.